Welcome to the class one more time, students. I'm really happy to see you here. Today we have something new. Everybody, please open your books. Open your books. We have to start with the lesson for today. I'm gonna do something here. Well, you know, the previous class, the previous lesson, we're doing some activities, right? We are working on the unit number 5. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to the unit number 5. So everybody open your books. Now, you see here we were learning about health, right? The previous class, the previous lesson, we're talking about health. But what else? Then we were learning about some imperatives, adverbs of manners, some expressions when you're not feeling well. No, then you have learning about the how questions. For example, how healthy are you, right? We're talking about healthy habits, no? Have a balanced diet, wash your hands, no, etc. Now, students, the previous class we were doing this, no, the how questions, how often, how long, how well, how healthy, you know, how many, how much, okay? And we did this activity, we finished this activity, I think, no, the previous class. And now, here we have ask and answer questions in part A, circle your answer. Now, for example, what do we have here? In this part says, for example, how well do you protect your skin from the sun? No, for example, not very well. I sometimes wear a hat, but I rarely use sunscreen, right? Now, speaking, good question. Look at the picture, how many different how questions can you make for each picture? Ask the question. For example, here, you can say, how many times a week do you lift weights? Never. I go to the gym once a week, but I don't lift weights, no? How long do you spend at the gym? Okay, for example, in this part, you have those questions, no? For example, you use here, how many, that it's here, how many times a week do you lift weights, no? And the other is how long do you spend at the gym? In this part, you can ask here, for example, no? How often do you go to the supermarket, no? How long, no, do you spend at the supermarket, no? In this part, we can ask, for example, how often do you eat snacks, for example, no? How often do you eat snacks? But you can say, how well is your diet? In this case, we can ask more questions. For example, how often do you go shopping, could be, no? And for example, how many times a week do you go shopping? Yeah, remember, how often es qué tan seguido, ¿no? Qué tan a menudo. How long, por cuánto tiempo, ¿no? ¿Qué tiempo? How well, qué tan bien, ¿no? How healthy, qué tan saludable. How many, cuántas veces. How much, qué tanto, ¿ok? ¿Qué tanto duermes, no? How much. Or how much sleep do you get, no? Now let's see, students, let's go to the next part. Today we are going to talk about this new topic that says, don't stress out. What's this don't stress out about? Here we have the activity 1, reading. Activity 8, read the article, write the correct headings about the paragraph. For example, we have some headings, okay? Communicate, breathe, do nothing, move, laugh, get organized. These headings we are going to use here to complete this part. So I'm going to activate the reading option, okay, the listening. You're going to listen and you are going to read this part, yeah? Okay, I think it's this. Okay, one moment. And that's it. Pay attention. I'm going to stop the backing track music.
Lesson D. Don't stress out. Page 52.
Okay, remember, students, here we have some, we have the activity done in this part, no? We have here number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, no? These are the extra activities. Now in this part, we have Each person said more than one way to manage stress. For example, number one says, no, listen to well sounds and listen to music. Number two, baking and play video games. Number three, do pottery and paint. Number four said, trip and ride a bike. No, this part is about the speaking part, about the questions that you have to answer for yourself. Yeah. And now let's go to this part, the speaking part that says living with stress. Yeah. It says, imagine you are one of these people. Ask your partner for tips to help you manage your stress. For example, a mother with two young children and no time. It says, I'm very tired. My children never stop. What can I do? Talk to your friends and find out the way they do. No, maybe in this situation you can say, for example, to have a trip, no, to enjoy on a trip, maybe, or it could be to watch funny videos. No. Now, a young man before his wedding. Oh my God, what can you say in that situation? Maybe breathe. Yeah, it could help in that situation. A soccer player before a big game. What can you do? What can you suggest in that situation? You can use these ideas, for example, communicate, breathe, do nothing, move, laugh, get organized. I think could be do nothing, no, just concentrate before the game. No, the last part says a student before a big test. What can you say? Maybe get organized, no, get organized, do everything, put everything on his space, and you start working on or study for your test. Okay, well, now students, let's go to the next part. Here we have the wrap up. Remember that the wrap up is like a review, right? It says quick pair review. Lesson A, say the name of a sport. Can your partner say what parts of the body you use for the sport? Take turns. You have 1 minute. For example, if you talk about soccer, what do you use in soccer? Legs, feet, right? And head. No, you use those for sport. For example, if you talk about basketball, what do you use? In basketball, you use the hands, right? If you talk about swimming, oh, you use in swimming, I think all the body parts, right? The hands, the arms, no, the legs, the eyes sometimes too, right? And the head, no, to do this movement, to breathe, etc. Yeah. Here says make a list of your ways how you feel and way wish someone well. In this part, this is for something that we do on the lesson B. Do you remember? No. For example, when some people say, I'm not feeling well, you can say, take it easy, get well soon. I hope you feel better. No, if another person can say, I don't feel so good, or I feel awful, sorry. In that situation, you can use any of these. Take it easy, get well soon. I hope you feel better, right? Now, what else did we do? Lesson C says, no, complete the questions with much, well, healthy, many, and long. No, you have 1 minute. For example, it says apples do you eat a week? No, it could be something to talk about the number, right? And when you ask the number, you use much. You say, how much apples do you, oh, sorry, how much? No, how many? Sorry, because this is countable. How many apples? Remember, countables in plural, right? How many apples? No, do you have at work? Oh yeah, in this part, this quantity, but we are talking about something that it's not countable, no? How much stress? You know, you can say this, how much stress do you have at work? Now, do you work on Saturdays? What do you think? How long, I guess, no? How long do you work on Saturdays? How long? ¿Cuánto tiempo, right? Is your lifestyle? I think it could be how healthy, no? How healthy, qué tan saludables son tus hábitos. How healthy is your, oh, sorry, tu estilo de vida, no? Your lifestyle. How do you, oh yeah, this is how well, no? ¿Qué tan bien? How well do you manage stress? Yeah. Now we have here the lesson D that says act. Act, a way to manage stress. Can your partner guess what is it? Take turns. No, you have a minute. For example, are you exercising? Yes, I am. No, for example, what else can you say? No, maybe you can be watching some funny videos, breathing, communicate. Don't forget those things or those tips help you to manage stress. Yeah. Number 2, in the real world, what other ways can you manage stress? Go online and find 3 ideas in English, then write about them. No, for example, 3 ways to manage stress. Turn off your computer and your phone for an hour. Then turn on some relaxing music. Open a good book. No, yeah, maybe you can listen good music. And maybe you can read a book. It can help you to manage stress. No, how you can find those that information? You can go online, right? You can go to Google and you can find for some information about, for example, how to manage stress. No, and you are gonna find some information about this. No, oh my God, there are a lot. Okay, for example, here we have tips, no? Here it says, ways to manage stress. Okay, in this part, there are some tips, right? There are some tips that you are gonna find here to manage stress. Okay, one moment. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna open this part. Oh yeah, that's it, no? For example, here it says, no, exercise. Working out regularly is one of the best ways to relax your body, right? Now, what else? Relax your muscles. How can you relax your muscles? No, for example, it says, when you're stressed, your muscle get tense, no? And you can help loosen them up on your own and refresh your body, no? Stretching, no? Enjoying with a massage sometimes, no? Taking a hot bath or shower, no? Getting a good night's sleep, okay? You can sleep, they're good. Deep breathing, no? Deep breathing. What else? Eat well, yeah, it's important, no? Slow down, it says, modern life is so busy. You're doing one thing, another thing, you're going from this way to another way, and sometimes we just need to slow down and chill out, right? Chill out, try to get slow, no? Look at your life and find small ways you can do that, no? For example, sit your watch 5 to 10 minutes ahead, no? That way you'll get places a little early and avoid the stress, no, of being late. Sometimes when you are going, oh my God, I have to go to that place, no, oh, I don't have enough time, no, hey, a taxi, I need to go to that place, I'm late. Oh yeah, my God, it can stress you, no? And for that situation, you can manage, no, you can set your watch, no, 5 minutes or 10 minutes ahead. In that way, you can go on time to every place, no? Take a break, make time for hobbies, no? Talk about your problems, go easy on yourself, no? Eliminate your triggers, no? Figure out what are the biggest causes of stress, no? That stress you, the other thing, okay, yeah, eliminate those things, yeah? Oh yeah, you can find many information online about stress, students. Yeah, you can do that. Well, I think we must stop on this part. Yeah, the next class, we're gonna go to the next part. Yeah, today there is no homework. Ya el día de hoy no les voy a dejar homework para que no estén stressed, para que estén relaxed, okay? Ya, así que don't worry about that. Well, students, we must stop here. I just want to say thank you very much. Yeah, Marianita dice, yes, teacher, no nos va a estresar. Okay, get relaxed, Mariana, get relaxed. And breathe deeply. Okay, that's all for today, students. Thank you very much and see you in the next class. Bye-bye, goodbye to everyone.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye.